Hello viewers. Spares, supplies, surveys, services. INSHYP is a maritime e-commerce platform designed to exceed your expectations. We have with us the two directors of INSHYP, Captain Darryl Braganza and Mr. Maheswaran.
Hello, sir.
To tell us all about INSHYP. So let's dive straight in. INSHYP has entered the online marine supply and services market recently. So, Captain Braganza, tell us what has been the motivation to do so? What has brought you all together?
That's a question that actually we posed ourselves right at the beginning when we came together. We asked ourselves this question before we started out. Yeah, you know, as with most businesses, the online business is the future and it's here to stay. That's a given. And the bulk of seaborne trade, it's critical for the seaborne trade to have an efficient and timely support to make it seamless. With the onset of the online business and the digitalization of things, we can ensure smooth operations. So we saw the need to ensure this, and going in the future even more so. And so we knew that there had to be some dependability and there had to be a lot of trust because you're working remotely across the globe. And so this was our motivation to launch INSHYP, to provide this platform to the buyers and sellers so that we can, and we felt that this need is so great that if we can launch ourselves now and into the future, we can provide this service to international, not only shipping, but in other areas of marine also, like offshore and ports, etc.
So, you are 4 directors in the company?
Presently 3, but we intend to definitely get more talent coming in. Yes.
Right. So, tell us about the 3 directors. What are your strengths individually, and what would be the strengths collectively?
Okay. That was an important aspect also of our coming together. You know, our INSHYP team is very diverse, yet we are close together, which actually sounds like an enigma, isn't it? But that's our strength. We have a team of master mariners and chief engineers who had hands-on experience in shipping as well as in ports. And then we have people who are professionals in the procurement field. We have professionals who are in the digital and the analytical field. So with all these people coming, we synergize our strengths to make INSHYP happen.
Excellent. I think that's the kind of team everybody wants today. So what areas of marine trading does INSHYP cover? You know, there's a vast canvas you'll be looking at, I'm sure, because shipping is right from logistics to tankers, and LPG, LNG have become big now. And there is also, of course, all these different types of ships have to be supplied, serviced, and nothing less than 10 surveys at least per year. So that's a huge amount of requirement out there. So the question is, what areas does INSHYP cover?
Ship is a universe by itself. Okay, it needs right from boats to provisions to supplies to spares to dues to oils. It needs everything that is needed. So the platform what we are addressing is to bring in all that suppliers into our platform so that a ship managers will not be running out of any categories left. So they don't go out of our platform. Everything should be available. That's the key motive that we have decided to do it. And in this category, for example, besides spares, we talk about provisions, insurance products. It's not just the commodity we are talking about. We also talk about services, which even cruise supplies, for example. So people who are providing cruise supplies can also be onboarded, and they could be accessed anywhere across the world. And apart from that, we also provide analytics as a key service. which is sort of embedded into our platform itself. So the categories what we are addressing is more than 8, and it covers the entire universe that is needed for a ship to sail. That's right.
Great. So, if I am the customer, how are you going to convince me that I should be aboard INSHYP? What do I get as a customer from INSHYP?
Yeah.
What am I looking forward to?
That's right. Making marine procurement easier is our key motive. And any ship manager, any master would like to have some of the enablers to see that the platform really enables his day-to-day life easier. Okay. In that aspect, one of the key things is we are making INSHYP as one-stop procurement for across all the marine products. Okay. And second thing is the empowering procurement. One is making the life easier by making ease of trade. And second thing is about the certainty of trust from verified vendors whom are trading with us or who are supplying with us. And third important aspect is the customer experience of a ship manager. It's not just clicking a button and saying that boss, my goods are there, but there should be a back end which should be catering to his, bringing his experience better. It's not just the old way of talking to buyers and sellers, but his experience at the end of the day should be better. So we focus on all this stuff. Apart from that, business, trading and technology should go together. While trading can happen, the technology, whatever is there, should be part of the ship manager's handy item that they should be looking into. And in that, that towards enabling digital marine is one important aspect. And second thing is about procurement of KPIs. Okay, like you have procurement KPIs, it's all scattered in Excel sheets or other mails. You have multiple mails that's going here and there, but you need a proper KPI to track what is happening in the procurement scene. And third thing is about everybody talks about big data, big data, big data. So we are in fact embedding big data and analytics part of the shipping, because you have more than 45,000 items that is needed for a ship, and they're also available in the market. And we, with us coming into more services also, we are talking about some 50,000 plus products. So 50,000 products, and you have some 4,000 ports to work around, and across these, you need big data. And any ship manager or a ship management company, whomsoever it is, they need to manage all this data that is coming across all their touch points. So INSHYP promises that enabling marine digital economy happens also in the blue ocean. That's it.
That's a nice way of putting it. So there's all these sellers who are going to be on your platform. Now all these sellers will also be looking for certain advantages. We could have a number of such players in the market, but we'd want to know INSHYP is the place for the sellers to be. So if you want to tell us about what advantage is a seller going to have over here.
Okay. No. So well, let's look at firstly, it takes two to tango. We want to provide advantages to the buyer as well as the seller, okay? And so the seller depends on the buyer. So first we are making sure that the buyer has the advantage from it to come in there, that the seller can also then benefit from. So what would be a buyer's three main concerns? We thought about it, we brainstormed, and we found that first and foremost the buyer is interested in the quality of what he's getting. It's very important for him running a ship or running even a platform or whatever. If the quality of the spare, the stores are not good, he's going to have a problem with his staff, even running of the thing. So the quality is most important. Then also he needs to make sure that the correct items are supplied as per specifications, so there's no delay in anything that's taking place. And the third thing is there's no time lost, because time is money for a buyer. On-time deliveries. So these are the key items that you're looking at. And so what we intend to do is to make sure that we have verified suppliers who will be on board, he can deliver all these things. Plus, the buyer has the value-added advantage of it being a one-stop shop. It also, besides getting the verified vendors, he also will get, he can get it. He sources things globally from us in one place, and he get prompt responses. This is one of the key areas of INSHYP. We ensure that we prompt response. The buyer is not kept waiting for an answer because he cannot afford to lose time. Yeah? And of course, after he gets his item from us, he gets an analysis of what has happened, so he can then next time do something even better. So now that the buyer's advantage, he's got the advantage, come to us, now the seller has to service him, right? So what does the seller look at? Why is the seller coming to us, and what advantage does he have? See, the seller wants sufficient orders to survive. Then he also looking at, okay, I get sufficient orders, and I need to get repeat orders for me to continue going. And lastly, he's looking at, I need to get the payments in time so that I can continue working, you know. So the seller is also, he's keen, and for him to do that business, he needs to have these three things working for him, and he will be a satisfied seller. And that's how we are trying to ensure that he stays with us when we fulfill his needs. But also what we are providing the seller is another added advantage, that because he comes to INSHYP, he will get global recognition, because he's working with global players now. And also, INSHYP will provide the seller also feedback of his performance, so he knows what he's doing and he can get better.
Excellent. Good. Well, I think you've spoken for buyers and sellers both now, so that covers my next question. Thank you. Mahesh, there is the analytical support that all buyers and sellers are going to be looking for. So tell us about what analysis and analytical data you put out for the customers.
That's right. Analytics is not looked separately in our platform. It's embedded as part of the supplier's empowerment tool. Okay. In our INSHYP platform, it helps to people to find out, the ship managers to find out the built-in spend analysis that is already there with KPIs and dashboards. It gives enormous insights into the trade that is happening in their ship, and if it's a ship management company, across the globe, across all the ships. Okay. And second thing is, it helps to provide procurement analytics that provides spending visibility. Though everybody knows the budget, knows that how much money is spent, all this stuff, but with 49,000 plus products available, we should be able to know the trend in which it's being consumed. So that will also help us to understand how to budget it in future. Okay, so so for this, what we are doing is this platform helps to rationalize the suppliers base. Since you have across the world, they are procuring from multiple people, their customer base has to be, the seller base has to be rationalized. Otherwise, anybody need to be depending on. So instead of that, the rationalizing supplier base. And second thing is on harmonizing the purchase trends across the globe. Again, it's multiple 50,000 products and 4,000 boards, and across those things, it needs a lot of harmonizing the purchase details, and also the procurement demand mix. Demand mix, what we are talking is, in the normal retail scenario, you might know that normally people bundle some products and keep. If you go to a shop, they'll keep toothpaste and they'll keep other Maggi, for the example. In this case also, how you mix your products and get more cost-effective purchase procurement pattern they could derive from each of this supplier that you are having. So that product mix is more analytically driven. It's not just Excel driven. So that happens, and it enables the ship manager to buy, okay, if I buy this, I can also buy this. So this may be needed. So it helps to have the product demand mix that will be coming up across. And of course, it helps to improve the bottom line. It helps to, it's not that cutting the provisions, it's not that. It's actually cutting the improvising the pricing so that it will be able to optimally be utilized. So these are the various aspects, the enablers that we are looking into. And apart from that, the analytics when we talk about, it's that warranty analytics. Like for example, you have thousands and thousands of machines and bolts and nuts happening. So everything is covered under warranty or guarantee. So a proper analytical insight of any warranty, that could always be helpful. This is not part of the embedded analytical solution, but it's validated services which we provide. And apart from that, there is also the marine workforce analytics, which is need to be understand. Like for example, if some 500 ships are there, then you have a huge number of workforce working. So a proper HR surveys and insights, and even country to country, how can we really optimize the workforce. And it also helps you to have high potential workforce with you. So with analytics, these are the things which we are embedding into the analytics. Besides our platform, the other valid services are also provided for easier access to ship managers.
Great. So how friendly is the platform? Does it need any special training, or people can just go on and it's friendly enough to start working?
See, like we focus on customer experience, UXI is also important, user experience in the portal. And of course, since it covers a lot of products, one thing we kept in mind is the orders are most of the time given in the ships where internet connectivity is not that much. Okay, so that is taken care of, so that we have optimized our platform, so it will not take too much of, so that we don't give too much jazzy pictures for every product, okay, because it will reduce their speed, bandwidth. And for ship managers, when they are working from office, they need to have a more comprehensive thing. So our user experience, especially on that, is designed by most user-friendly techniques, so that the entire seamless workflow is ensured. Okay, it's not just clicking a button like in other retail platform. It's just a click of a button that matters, and I'm placing my order. But in shipping, it's not going to happen like that. It's not just buying always. It is the request for price or quotation that matters most. So in our INSHYP platform, please don't expect click a button we procure something. It's not going to happen, because you need to get input from the sellers. So the workflow is taken like this. Like a buyer, when he places the order, he actually gets quotation, and he could float his RFPs to multiple sellers, whomsoever he wants, and instantly he could know which seller he wants to know, and that access is also there. And it's a more transparent system where a seller always knows the buyer, and buyer always knows the seller. So the key thing what we are holding is it's a seamless experience that we are creating, and the entire workflow, right from placing request for price and to the fulfillment and to pay. So normally we call P2P, like procurement to pay, but here we have P2PF actually, procurement, pay, and also fulfilled. So that's the cycle which we are looking into. So that is what INSHYP ensures.
So the customers who are going to come onto the platform are going to be doing a lot of window shopping before they start doing the actual shopping. So their experience is going to be making a decision after a lot of study and a lot of, I would say, very deep understanding of the product and the seller and the buyer before the exchanges actually take place. Am I right there?
That's right. In fact, we provide a demo platform for them, so that they could actually experience how that placing order, placing the RFP, and the entire life cycle can happen. So window shopping is one aspect. So we don't give the live platform for that, but we give a demo platform so that they could play around the platform and complete their window shopping and then get into actual business.
Very nicely put. Thank you, Mahesh. So, Darryl, would you like to tell us about the INSHYP vision and the roadmap for the future?
I'm going to get my binoculars and look far now. Yeah, but yes, we have a vision, and I'll come to my vision first, but let me talk about the roadmap. We worked this out, and we said, we are starting out now, so we better not bite off more than we can chew. So we decided to set up our roadmap in phases. So what we are doing is we have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. We have broken up into 4 phases. The first phase, we intend to cover the Indian subcontinent. Then in phase 2, we intend to take on the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and Sri Lanka. Phase 3, then we move towards Europe and the Far East, and phase 4, Americas. Of course, this is so that we can pace ourselves correctly to take on more load. But if something does come up from any of these areas, we will definitely, service them and take them on. So, having done that, we feel that in 5 years, we are working towards becoming one of the leading supply and services provider online to global marine industry.
Great. Thank you so much, Mahesh, and thank you so much, Captain Braganza. It's viewers. I think you should all go on to INSHYP. I'll spell it out for you. INSHYP, sorry. INSHYP. Remember, there's a Y there. And give us some feedback. Tell us what you thought about it, and do utilize it for your company and for the best value that you can get from a e-platform. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Captain Chadha. And I just want to say one last word over here, is that if you come to us, we will get you in ship shape.
That's a good one. Good closing there. Thank you so much, Captain Braganza. Thank you. Thank you, Maheswaran.